Okay, now joining us is Maryland head coach Brenda Frese. Coach Frese enters her 14th season at Maryland and returns 4 of 5 starters from last year's squad. Maryland is the preseason favorite to win the Big Ten championship, according to a poll of coaches and media, after making back-to-back Final Four appearances in 2014 and 2015. Coach, we'll start with an opening statement from you, and then we'll open it up to questions.
Yeah, well, good morning, and great to be here. Obviously, last season for us, first year in the Big Ten, was a special year for us, and I know as a group we are really looking forward to this upcoming season. We're going to be led this year by our veterans, which will be our 4 seniors, and love the fact that, they have so much experience. When you talk about back-to-back Final Fours, they've done a tremendous job leading this team, returning 3 starters. Again, just the experience that we were able to receive last year. And then, being led by our 2 juniors, Shatori Walker-Kimbrough and Brianna Jones, were named to the first team All Big Ten, as well as had tremendous summers with USA Basketball. Both were able to go over and play international competition in the World University Games, as well as the Pan American Games. So that experience to our team we're really looking forward to. And then we welcome our 2 McDonald's All-Americans coming in, our 2 freshmen, Kaya Gillespie out of Connecticut and Brianna Fraser out of New York.
Thank you, Coach. We'll open it up for questions now.
Hi, Brenda. I know last year you got to play Iowa at home. Now you get to go to your home area. Have you discussed that with your family? Are you excited about that opportunity to go and compete in your home area?
We discussed it. I mean, even before the schedule came out 2 years ago, that's all they've been talking about. So, the summer was spent at my family's home with renovations. They had to make sure that it's up to par to be able to bring the team over for a team dinner. So, yeah, it's going to be a tremendous game. If you saw my big extended family of 5 other siblings and my parents and all of my cousins that live in Iowa, I don't know, we might have more fans in Iowa with the number of people that we'll be bringing.
Good morning. So a year under your belt, what is the biggest adjustment you feel that you have to make to be a part of this Big Ten conference? What is the main thing in order to stay dominant that you have to preach to your kids that you have to do every single day?
Well, I think the first thing is I think our adjustment went really well when you talk about last season. So, for us, it's always just been our standard and our mindset. So not so much per se because, the one thing I'll say coming into the Big Ten, it was an awesome experience. The crowds, the Big Ten network, unbelievable in terms of what we were able to experience. So that, we love the fact. And, for us, it's just, it's a standard in terms of how we want to play every time we step out on the floor. And I think for us, that's the biggest thing.
Hi.
Hi.
Good morning. You had established rivals in the ACC. I mean, years-long rivals. How do you see rivalries growing within the Big Ten, and who do you see as a rival right now?
Yeah, I think that's the biggest thing that probably needs to get established, and I think for our fans as well, is kind of trying to understand, a lot of those names. I think, as those develop, within the league, I think your rivals kind of become those teams that really are really competitive games and competitive teams. Obviously, for us, last year, the competition was terrific. Ohio State pushed us. So many teams pushed us to the limits. When you talk about matching up every night.
Coach, I remember this time last year, the players that were here were talking about making the Final Four, but remaining hungry. Made another Final Four. What is the mindset of the student athletes after going to back-to-back Final Fours, and what's the mantra?
Well, I think what I love the most is, like I spoke of to begin, is our seniors. They're the ones that carry the torch, and they pass it down. So when you talk about this group, all they know how to do is work. You know, they've dedicated from the first year when they came in and stayed both sessions of summer school. You know, they have that workman-like mentality. And when you're able to pass that down, you know, now going into year 14 in your program, and, you know, it's the players and their consistency and their work ethic and their habits that really kind of establish what your season is going to look like.
One final question for Coach.
Wanted to bounce off that work ethic because it's obvious when you watch the strong fundamentals of your team out there, but you also know how to have a lot of fun. And we've seen a lot of the videos that you've been a part of and produced. I'm wondering how you set that culture of understanding when it's time to work, you work, but at the same time I can flip the switch and we can have a good time. How do you do that?
You know, I think it's one of the things that truly matters to me. I mean, when you talk about work hard and have fun, and I think, you know, you can't lose the element of just the amount of time that your student athletes put in to be their best. And so, you know, I think for us, you know, I never want to lose that element. I always want to be childlike. I always want to embrace these moments, and I hope it's the moments in the locker room, it's the moments when we're traveling together, that those are the memories that our players take with them that they're going to remember for a lifetime.
Coach Frese from University of Maryland, thank you very much. All the best this season.
Thank you.